Good morning. Welcome to the channel. It's early March, and you know what that means, or maybe you don't, but it means that the Portland swap meet's coming up. April 5th, 6th, and 7th, and as is tradition, we usually take a car to sell at the swap meet, as well as some parts. And the problem is we don't have anything that's ready to go right now. So that means we have to buy one. So we've got two different prospects to go look at today. I think you're going to like them, and we'll see which one ends up being the suitor to accompany us to the swap meet. Now the issue is, we've got one day to do this, to get a car, about 3 weeks to get it ready, and we're in Washington. One car is in Oregon, and one car is in Idaho that we're looking at today. So we got a lot of miles to burn. Let's get going. All right, so we're here fueling up the old Power Stroke. Leg one of the journey is down to Oregon, Oregon, which is just over the Washington-Oregon border. That's where car number one is, and we've got to beat cheeks back to here and get across to Hayden Lake, Idaho, just north of Coeur d'Alene for leg two. Do we end up buying both cars? Stick around and find out. All right, into the town of Umatilla here, or Umatilla, I don't know. I might be saying it wrong. Just over the Washington-Oregon border. Sits right on the south side of the Columbia River. Let's see if we can... This guy's supposedly coming to meet us to show us this car. I just pulled over here in Umatilla to check the straps and kind of drink this thing in, see what we got, do a quick walk around. We'll do a little bit more in-depth one when we get it home and get it off the trailer. Does run, drove it on the trailer. Thinking that's a 272. Guy said it could be a 312, probably a 272. Doesn't really know. I'm not a big white block guy, so I don't really know how to tell the difference. So if anybody's got any comments on how to tell a 272 from a 312, if there's casting number differences or something to look for, bleep bloop it down in the comments there. Happy to take a look at it. I could use any help I could get on this one. Check our straps here. It does have some rod in the rocker there. One really cool thing about this car is I grew up in Klamath Falls, Oregon, and right there you can see that sticker. You can read it. It's Oregon Tech, OTI. It was called OIT when I lived there, and I actually went there. But that is a college in Klamath Falls, Oregon, where I grew up, so it's kind of cool to see that. 92 is the last tag on the plate. A little bit of damage on the rear right there. I'm getting the doors closed. 3 on the tree. Again, factory V8 car. We'll get you some more, we'll get a better walk around when we get it off the trailer and get a little closer look at it. So for now, on the road, we're actually going to head up to Pasco now, which is about 30 miles north. And we're actually going to be going to look at a horde of Galaxy parts that a guy is selling. Hopefully we can pick up that for our need a lot of stuff for our 63 box top. So we'll keep you posted on the trip. So Just over that bridge there would be Pasco, and that's where these, this guy has these Galaxy, 63 Galaxy parts he's selling. Looks like he's got some seats, door panels, and some trim, various stuff. So we're going to be there in just a few minutes, and we'll check it out. So I made a stop at Pasco, talked to a guy named Bruce. Got some really good pieces. 3 bucket seats, an XL rear seat, generator, power steering pumps, trim pieces, and then also we got some more trim, some door cards. Door cards are pretty trash, but they've got the good chrome on them and stuff, which can be hard to find. Rear panel stuff. So all in all, pretty good store. Again, Bruce was a super nice guy. Glad to have met him. He's had a bunch of Pontiac stuff and just didn't have a use for this Ford stuff, so ended up being a score for us. Now back on the road towards Spokane. When you gotta grab something quick and you're on the road, nothing like the cheddar wurst wrap from Maverick. Excellent. All right, so car number 1 is off the trailer, and now we head to Idaho. It's a little after 4 in the afternoon, and thank God for daylight savings time ending, or beginning or ending. I think it ends, so that means that like now it's light later, because I think they changed it earlier because they're trying to save the time and they call it daylight savings, and now we're not daylight savings, which actually is better because it's light longer. I don't know. I probably got that all backwards, but anyway, off to Idaho. So we limped into Post Falls, Idaho on fumes here because fuel is like 60 cents a gallon cheaper than it is in the state of Washington. So it was a no-brainer. It would have been almost worth it to push this thing. So just gonna put some fuel in this, and then we've got just a few miles to Coeur d'Alene off the interstate, then head up Highway 95 to Hayden Lake, which is just above Coeur d'Alene, and that's where we're gonna be at our next destination to look at our other car. It is looking kind of ominous back towards Spokane. I hope that's not coming this way, but it feels like the wind is blowing in my face, so I think it is. So, you know, if everything goes part of course, I will probably end up loading a car in a torrential downpour, which is what usually happens. But that's okay, we got rain gear, so we'll keep you posted. Alright, so we've arrived at our destination. There is the car under a tarp, and let's go find the owner and let's check this thing out. You'll see what it is in just a moment. back through Spokane Valley. Sorry we didn't get a little more footage of the car when we were loading it, checking it out. The skies kind of opened up there for a bit. A little freak hailstorm in typical Northwest fashion. In about 3 minutes it was done. But the car's loaded on the trailer. We're headed home. Tomorrow we'll get you a more complete walk around on both of these cars, and we'll let you make the call on which one we take to the swap meet, or maybe neither of them when we take a different car. So we'll be back with you when the morning sun's shining. All right, so here we are back home with both cars. Sorry, it is not the next day, it is the day after the next day, because yesterday I was just super busy doing other stuff and didn't have time to get any footage shot. So now we're going to do a walk around on both of these cars, see which one we should take to Portland, but I'm actually already coming up with another idea. So car number one, 1955 Fairlane Victoria. Believe it's a 272. That's what the door tag says. That's what it decodes as. I don't know if this is the original engine or not. It does have dual exhaust, which probably did not come from the factory that way, but that is kind of cool. I know a lot of these Y blocks, especially in the trucks, had a crossover where the front exhaust came over, went around the front of the motor and down. So I don't know if that was this way originally on this car. I don't know if they did that on the 55s. Somebody wants to comment below and tell me. But the manifolds both point backwards, and like I say, it is dual exhaust. So really hoping it would be like a 312 Police Interceptor, but you know. So the car runs. Haven't tried the tank at all. The previous owner was running it on the bottle. It's got this set up, running all the way through the car into a tank in the trunk. I'll show you that in a minute. The car does have some rust. There's a little bit in the front fender right there. Not bad. Not enough to keep it from being a driver. So the bottoms of the fenders are rusty. Of course, I think the supports on the bottom of the fenders have broken out, so that needs to be pushed in to open the door. But this side, rocker panel doesn't look too bad. Definitely got some rot in the quarter panel there. Again, nothing that would keep this car from being a driver. It is a Fairlane Victoria, two-door hardtop. It's not a Crown Victoria. Crown Victorias, as you know, would have the molding that goes up and over the roof. But it is a two-door hardtop. Take a look at the back there. It does have a little bit of some damage there on the back panel there. Looks like at one point somebody had mounted some antennas on the back. You see the holes are still there. Trunk actually looks pretty clean. It's got some extra parts in there, some tail lights. Looks like a reman carburetor. You can see the fuel system that he has rigged up there with a just a Holley pump and a gas can. Got a jack in there. Some of the heater parts. The Ford Crestmark body. I think that probably goes like on the side of the seat, I would imagine. I'll show you the interior here in a second. Got some pedal pads there. Actually, the well where the spare goes actually doesn't appear to be rotten, which is pretty cool. It's got bumper guards, front and rear. You see the dual exhaust there. This side, got a little bit of damage there on the quarter, and you can see the bodywork starting to crack out on the around the quarter there. So it looks like it's had some Bondo in it. So definitely needs some work in the quarters. Again, not enough to keep it from being a driver. The rocker panel got a hole in it right there. Got a little bit of rust in the bottom of that front fender too. I can see he's got some wire running to the bottom of that fender to keep it from to keep the fender pulled in so the door will open. But yeah, it's got rust, but all in all, it's a pretty solid car. Let's get you inside here. Definitely, you can see has had some patching done on the rear floors. Rather crudely, but again, for this type of car, I'm okay with it. Pan on that side looks all right. Rear seats actually still somewhat intact. Gonna need some glass. A couple pieces there. Got a crack in the front windshield. Not much in the glove box. Passenger side floorboard actually looks pretty good. Driver's side looks crusty, but I don't really see any holes in it. Looks like somebody's put a newer type pedal assembly in it. It originally would have attached to the floor. They were like that through '64 actually. Again, stick shift car, 3 on the tree. I love how the speedometers on these were lit by just a backlight, the sunlight through the back of the cluster there. Odometer shows 68,000 miles. Original? Yeah, probably not. Probably 168,000, but or 68,000 hard miles. Does have a headliner in it. I gotta like the. This is something my grandpa would have used right here. Little deal to set your mileage for like your next oil change. Got little dials that you turn. All the stuff that you could get from J.C. Whitney back in the day or some like place. But all in all, seat's pretty worn, but that's to be expected. I mean, this car is 70 years old. Original clock. This one has an all-state radio. That's not the factory radio, so that looks like it was installed at some point. Don't know if it works or not. The dial still moves. We'll have to try it out. See, I don't know if the Allstate that's the same company that does the insurance now. But yeah, kind of a cool feature. My boys are looking forward to driving the 3 on the tree. So I think the parking brake actually works on this car, but it doesn't have any brakes. So I'm probably gonna have to change a master cylinder, look at some wheel cylinders, check the brakes out. So we basically get it running off its own fuel system and get the brakes working, and this car could actually be driven. It did come without a hood. I do have a hood off of another car that I could use on this. But all in all, that's car number 1. But I think I've already decided that this one's not going to Portland. I have something else in mind I'll show you here in a minute. And let's take a look at car number 2. All right, so car number 2. 1969 Ford XL convertible. It's got the XL emblem on there. I couldn't really get this to set down right. I don't know if I think it's supposed to go around that or something. That's what flips up to get the trunk lock. It doesn't want to seem to sit on there right. There's a little tab right there. I'm not sure if that's supposed to, I guess that's supposed to rest on that, but I'm thinking that the tab's bent. Looks like the car does have a little bit of damage here on the trunk. That's about really the only major body damage on it. It's on the trunk back there. This car's actually pretty solid. Starting to get a little bit This is actually the better side. Starting to get a little bit of maybe bubbling on the driver's side. We'll show you that here in a second. But trunk pan does have some rust in it. Typical of these. I've seen a lot of these 69, 70, 71 cars that are just completely rotten. No trunk pan left at all. This one does have a few holes in it. Just a flat pan, so it's be pretty easy fix. Car does have dual exhaust. That didn't originally. Looking underneath, I could see that it had a... Let's see if I can get you in there. Show you. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it does have some Flowmasters. Ford 9-inch rear end. Probably got some pretty freeway friendly gears. Most of these cars seem to be like a 275 to 1 or something like that. So we'll check the numbers and see. Underneath, some surface rust and stuff, but it's frame wise and everything, it's pretty solid. No holes in the frame, which is another good thing on these cars. See the 69, they had the call outs on the front fender there. A lot of people look for the 429 right there, but I'm an FE guy, so I like the old 390. So, of course, being an XL, got the hideaway headlamps. We'll have to see if if we can get that system operating. Front bumper looks pretty decent. A couple dings in it. Body on this side, again, not too bad. You've got a little bit of, trying to get past the old Bronco here. Kind of almost matches the paint though. We'll have to look at the paint coat on this car. It does appear that it's probably been repainted at some point, or maybe even, or just in a section. This it looks like it's had a little bit of work done here, maybe. A little bit of Bondo in there, starting to crack out. Doesn't look bad though. We can get a couple pinholes right down there but no rust through, no rot. So, the wheel lip moldings are off the car. I believe they said those were in the trunk. We'll have to take a look. Let's see. Fortunately, this car sits too low and I can't get the door open when it's on the trailer. Should have sprung for the removable fender on the trailer. Top, not too bad. The top has been replaced, they said. It is showing some signs of wear already, a little cracking there because this car sat in storage for a long time. Let's see if I can get in the... Steering wheel cracked, dash cracked. That's typical on these cars. I can see from here, I don't know if I can get you in there or not, but it does have the AM/FM radio. That's cool. Interior, honestly, not too bad. I'm gonna try to get you in there. I'm gonna squeeze through. And at the seats there, some wear and tear. Door panels are in the trunk. One of them's broken. It still has the Ford. I think that was maybe a recall deal or something when they had problems with the cars jumping out of park. But it still has that warning sticker on the dash. It is a power window car. No idea if this car sat for a long time on the west side of the state in storage. It was indoor, luckily, but you can see what that does to that trim up there. Just corrosion and rot. So let's see if we can find those pieces. Just looking at production data online, it looks like they built 6,910 of these cars in convertibles. And then there were 55,000 of these in the XLs in the two-door fastback, or what they call the sport roof. So I'm gonna set this camera down for a second and get the hood open, and we'll show you under the hood here. So I did get the door open. I can show you a little bit more inside here. So you can just see the car is just sat for, odometer shows 66,000. Judging by pedal wear and stuff, I would say that's probably original mileage on this car. The thing just sat for a long time, and there you can see that it's got the AM/FM radio, which is cool. There's that safety precaution, making sure the car's in park. You can see the vents in the dash. It's an air conditioning car, which I never understood why they put air conditioning in convertibles. Can't you just put the top down? I mean, if you got to have the top up, it's probably cold anyway, right? But I don't know. So anyway, I have no idea if these power windows work or not. Probably not. Like I say, this car sat for so long, all these electronics are probably going to have to be gone through. Just looking up under here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that, just a lot of corrosion and stuff on that fuse panel. Need a lot of cleanup there. So now let's take a look at the old power plant under the hood and see if we can get you in the trunk too. So there's the old power plant there. Say she is the Y code 392 barrel. Very common engine in these cars. I've had a 69 and a 70 Country Squire. Both of them had that exact same engine. Code, I believe it's U on the transmission, which is C6. Power disc brake car. Like I say, I think you can see in the video when we picked it up, the car will run on the bottle. They did have it set up here to just with a jug on the front, but we will came with a new fuel pump. We'll get the fuel pump in it. A little bit difficult on this car because it's down underneath all this stuff right here, but been there, done that. There's all the HVAC stuff back there. It is a the previous owner did change this inner fender because the battery tray had completely rotted away and through the inner fender, which is very common on these. So that was good to see. They also did put a new radiator in it. So we got that going for us, but so yeah, we'll get the fuel system sorted out, and I think it needs an ignition switch too. So we'll get that swapped also. Get this thing running reliably. Let's take a look at the trunk, if we can get in there. So there's the trunk. You see part of that door panel that's broken there. These could be somewhat difficult to source to find a replacement. We have the other one of them we got with the car. It still looks that one might be salvageable. That one is definitely no good, but there's some parts off of it that might be good. Some people look for those chrome pieces, that XL. You can see the a little extra ventilation in the trunk floor. The wheel lip moldings on the car, like they said. Got the jack down there. Spare tire. Original set of hubcaps. not in the greatest shape, but who wants hubcaps? Gonna make a cruiser out of this. You need to have some nice classic custom wheels on it. Probably not a Krager SS. It's not that kind of car. A torque thrust, something, I don't know, different. What do you guys think would look good on this car as a custom wheel? Baby Moons, maybe? They are still available. Got the original. You can definitely see the original paint color there on the trunk. It's always the best place to find it. Got the original jack tag there. You can see that this trunk lid, it's damaged up here, plus it's kind of rotten, so that's going to need to be replaced. So we'll find another trunk lid for it. Should we get that far? But all in all, again, for being as old as it is and being a convertible, it's actually a pretty decently clean car. And yesterday was kind of or the day before, I should say, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a weird day for us. It was kind of amazing. We bought 2 cars. We got 2 sets of keys. Both cars run. Both cars had titles. And both cars actually had 4 tires that held air for the entire duration of the trip and are still holding air 2 days later. That is like never before happened on Full Size Ford, and may never happen again. So we'll cherish the day. So like I said, we've got 2 different cars that we want to, we bought, looking to buy a car to take to Portland, and we ended up buying these 2 cars, and I mentioned there's the possibility that neither car will go to Portland, because I can take the 55, I could take this, if I can get a title in time, probably not, or I could take this 1955 Ford Fairlane Victoria. So you've probably seen this car on the channel before. This one's in a little rougher shape. It is an original V8 automatic car. Somebody has put a 351 Windsor in here, but it doesn't appear that they've really done anything to actually get it running. This car has been sitting for years. It's a shame, because somebody actually put an interior in this car, and then it just sat, and had the seats redone. Some of it may still clean up a little bit, but it's already starting to come apart. Car just sat in the sun for so long. This one still has the factory radio in it. This one was actually an automatic, I believe. Yep, the big brake pedal. You can see this one has major speed ventilation in the floor, major rust issues in the floor of this car and the rockers, but it's still there. You know what I mean? It's in my mind, it's not a you got the PRN drive and low. This car's not, I can't see it go to the scrap heap yet. So maybe we take it to Portland, see if we can sell it. You see on the VIN tag there, very similar to the other one we just picked up. It is a U code, which originally would have been a 272. 5 stands for 55. R is San Jose Assembly Plant, and the V makes it a Victoria. The 60B on the body means it's a also designates it as a Fairlane Victoria. It's not a mainline or custom line. Not the highest trim level, of course. That was the Crown Victoria, which had the chrome strip that went over the roof. That was kind of the, see the Door panels are majorly dilapidated on this car, but again, she's all here. Mostly here. So I did already liberate this car of its hood so I could use it on the other car. This one does have hinges. Well, the other car does too. This one needs this front piece replaced. The hood doesn't latch anymore, but there's the hood right over there in front of the Edsel. So again, bought 2 cars to take to Portland, and we may end up just taking one that we've already got, which would be this this Fairlane Victoria here. So I'm definitely going to take these Chrysler wheels off of it, put something different on there. Again, let us know what you think in the comments. If you want to see future content on these cars, please make sure to like and subscribe. We'll have more stuff coming on the 55 that we just purchased, the convertible, this Edsel. We just picked up a whole load of parts you saw in the earlier part of this video for this 63-500 XL box top. Got some seats for it, some bucket seats. Got a lot of work to do to put this one together, but again, I just can't see this car go to the crusher. It is a Z code 500 XL 390 box top Galaxy, and we just think it's cool. So again, thank you for watching. Next time you see us, we may be in Portland. If we don't get another video out before then, we will try. And we'll see you at the Portland Swap Meet, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. Have a good day. God bless.